Hey, it's Pat.
And Carolyn.
We are recapping tonight's episode of So You Think You Can Dance. It was the top 11 performance night. You can tell I'm in the room. Yay! Carolyn's here on this trusty phone. She couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah.
Slacker. No, just kidding.
I know. Hi, guys, from North Carolina. Pat's going to tell you guys about the show, and then I'm going to chime in at the end and tell you what I thought. So.
Perfect. All right, so you sit your ass down. We'll get back to you in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, good. So you stay right there. So the top 11 dancers performed tonight, and let me preface this like we do every season, where we say, Carolyn and Pat are not professional dancers. We just really like dance, and we really like TV, and we know a little bit about dance and a lot about TV, so please don't crucify us if we don't use dance terms correctly or something like that. So let me go through the dances, give you a little info on each one, what we thought, and then you can go and watch something else after. So first up was Billy Bell, and he was paired with Lauren, and they did a Footloose routine, Broadway by Tyce Diorio. It was the first one, and I wasn't really impressed with any of the routines this week. I mean, some of them were good and some of them were okay, but they're not going to waste the amazing, phenomenal dances on the first week. The Footloose routine was like, okay, not super great for me, and Billy is really like Benji, and I was not a Benji fan. I just think he's like too happy and silly, so Billy, everybody likes him, but I don't know how long he'll stick around. Next up was Cristina, the ballroom Latin dancer. She did a jazz routine with Mark, who I very much like. They did a Sonya routine where she was like the snake. Again, it was cool, but it wasn't very exciting or memorable. Next up was Jose, who danced a hip-hop routine with Comfort, and it was fine. It was not very exciting, and I kind of thought there wasn't a lot of dancing. I felt like they were running around. They were doing like a predator-prey thing, but I felt like they were kind of just running around a lot, and he spun on his head for like 10 seconds, which is a long time when you're doing like a 2-minute dance routine. Are you trying to call somebody else? You stay on the phone.
No,
Yeah.
I totally disagree.
Yeah, you stay on here.
Disagree, though.
You were beeping in?
Yeah, I was beeping in. Listen,
You disagree?
First of all, I thought Comfort was awesome. Jose, look, he did a really good job. He is a little, something's weird about him. But I actually do not think they were as bad as you just said.
Well, that's why you're on the phone and I'm here. Next up was Adechike, and he did a jazz routine, and he is not that exciting as a contestant, but man, he is a really good dancer. And I loved the routine that they did, the cover by Florence and the Machine of whatever song it was I can't think of right now. Addicted to Love. I thought it was sexy. I liked it. Good job. Next was Melinda, the tap dancer, and she was the first routine that I actually thought, wow, this is bad. Like, she's not very good. She did a Jive routine with Pascha, and it was just, she's just not good at it. She's a tap dancer, which is completely different from Jive, but it was not jiving with me, and I have a feeling Melinda might be the one that gets the boot this week, but we'll get to that later. Next up, this is hard when I'm by myself, or kind of by myself. Next up was Alex, and Alex did a beautiful jazz routine with formerly horse-haired Allison. It was nice, and Alex's whole struggle is to be more emotional and get people to see that he can open up, and I think he's kind of doing it, but the routine was just beautiful. I just really liked it. It was really good.
OMG.
OMG? What? What do you want?
Oh, yes. I'm in love with Allison.
With Allison?
Yeah, welcome back, because she's the best, and she's amazing.
She's the best, and she's amazing. Agreed.
Alex, no, he's not cute enough for me.
He's not cute enough for you? Well, it's not a beauty contest. It's a dancing contest, Carolyn. Okay, so next up was Alexie, the hip-hop dancer, and she danced with Twitch, but the hip-hop routine was fairly boring, and I don't know. They're not going to bust out the amazing stuff first routine. Carolyn hates Alexie's guts, but I think she's okay. Yeah, I hate her. Next was Lauren, and she's so cute as a button, and she did I'm putting you down again. She did a pop jazz routine to that song from, what, like Ferris Bueller, like, oh, yeah, from the 80s. It was so fun, and I love that they did a routine to that song. I really loved it. I thought it was cute. Lauren, she's cool. Next up was Kent, America's favorite. Kent is clearly going to be in the final two. Everybody just loves him. He did a cha-cha with Anya, and it was very good, but he doesn't have the, like, sex motions that you kind of need to have when you do Latin dance. I know that's weird to say because he's like 12, but he just needs it. He didn't have the hip action kind of going on yet, but maybe he will learn it on So You Think You Can Dance. Very quickly, Ashley did a contemporary routine with Neil that was very pretty, but kind of not very memorable, but very nice. And the last up was Robert, who did an African jazz thing with Courtney, and it was very good and very interesting. He is really good. The judges like fawned all over him, but his smile was a little distracting to me. I felt like he was like cheesing a lot during that, but he's really good. My pick for the bottom two to get eliminated tomorrow night is probably Melinda definitely getting eliminated. And I think people might forget Christina's snake routine. Billy Bell was sort of boring, but people like him. And Ashley did a wonderful job, but I think she's a little bit boring. So maybe that's who will get cut. It's interesting because they used to cut a boy and a girl, and now they're only going to cut one person. Clark, CJ, what are your thoughts?
Bottom, Alexie. I really did not like Alexie. I think she's going to be bad. I think the
Alexie?
two is Melinda. What?
I lost your picture. I'm sorry. Okay, you're back.
That's okay. I'm still here. Melinda. Okay, so Melinda also I thought was really bad. So Billy, Alexie, and Melinda. Blah. Best for sure for me was Allison and Alex and Robert and Courtney. And one thing I want to point out that I was thinking while you were talking, Patrick.
Yes.
They are so young. They're so young, and you can tell the difference between the young dancers and the all-stars. And the young dancers cannot imagine these scenarios because they've never experienced them. And so they really, as Mia Michaels and everybody said, they've got to pull from like this, they've got to act. Because you know that little 18-year-old Lauren has never had sex before, and that's why she couldn't be sexy.
Agreed.
But she can. She can. She's just got to pretend. And
So are you saying she has to get laid?
Oh, no, I didn't say that because that would be...
Because we'll go to jail. We'll go to jail.
Basically.
Great. Well,
Awesome.
Excellent first night. And let us know what you think of the routines. Who's the best? Who's the worst? Who's getting eliminated? And who needs to get laid? And we will see you next week for more recaps. Bye.
Bye, guys.